Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you guys are doing very wonderful. So today's video is going to be my favorite high-end palette of 2022. And it just so happened to be the Huda Beauty Empowered palette. This is a very personal choice. When I first saw this palette, I knew right away, and yes, it's upside down just so that the mirror doesn't reflect the light. I looked at this palette and I said, I have to have it because the color story to me is so beautiful. It's boring, which is what I like. I hate to admit it. I am boring. But the kind of the earthy kind of neutral tones, and then you've got some cool tones in here. It just very much appealed to me. And then I got to talk about some glitters. There's always going to be one or two shades in a palette that kind of draws your attention in. And for me, these two glitters right here and then this glitter right here, phenomenal, like breathtaking. I'll swatch them and I'm gonna do a look today. Besides those reasons, Huda Beauty's matte formula for me works absolutely beautiful on my eyes. I never have a problem blending out her mattes on her large palettes. Her larger palettes are made in Italy. Her smaller palettes are made in China. So the formula is a little bit different, but with her larger palettes like this, her mattes blend on my eyes beautifully. And I'm not sure what it is. Man, if I could get Huda Beauty's matte formula with Pat McGrath's special glitter formula, oh, in one palette, that would be like a match made in heaven for me. But anyways, so the matte formula across the board with all of her larger palettes just work stunning on my eyes. That's not to say that it's gonna be like that for everybody, but for my skin texture on my eyelids, it works like butter. Another one is, like I mentioned before, the color story. I'm just so drawn to a color story like this. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm boring, you guys. If you like boring, subscribe to my channel because I'm boring. But my looks are very pretty. So at least I have that going for me. And for those of you who already subscribed, thank you so much. Y'all mean so much to me. So thank you. I am gonna do an eye look today, and I am gonna put all three of these my favorite glitters from this palette on my eyes because I want you to see the different tones, because they do, especially these two, they look very similar, but I want you to see the slight differences, especially when they're applied on the eye, and they're just absolutely, to me, they're absolutely breathtaking. They're just so beautiful on the eyes. I feel like, you know, when angels like walk by, they like leave a veil or an essence, and like these golds right here would be like the essence that they leave. It's just so beautiful and just so stunning to look at. So anyways, I'm being dramatic. So let me swatch these for you. Let me get right in there. So this one's called Limitless. This one is called Charisma. I mean, beautiful. All right. They swatch so nicely. They're like, leftover swatch. Anyways, they swatch beautifully. Very similar color. There's a slight difference in there, as you can see. I'm gonna go into this one. It's called Bold Moves. Almost kind of like a wet formula without it being wet. I don't know if that makes any sense. Oh gosh, just absolutely stunning. So beautiful. I mean, can you just imagine that on your eyes? I'm gonna show you. It's hard to describe these shades. I'll apply them and I'll let the makeup speak for itself. So let me wipe myself off using just AOA from Shop Miss A. These are makeup remover wipes, but they're alcohol free, they're pH balanced, and there's no scent to them, and they work great. Look at that. But by the way, I paid $67 for the Empowered palette. I mean, the moment that it came out, I was like, online, you know, ordering it. It was free shipping. To me, it's worth it because like I said, I am drawn to a palette like this. As you can see, my face is already prepped. I have a little bit of bronzer on in case you're wondering. I use the Too Faced Sun Bunny as my bronzer. It is a little luminous, but for some reason it doesn't really emphasize a lot of my texture, and it just looks really pretty. I have no blush on, which I will put on, and then I have no highlight on either. I know it might look like there's a little glow there, but there's not. It's just because I'm sitting right next to the window. So it's a little deceiving, so you can see there's nothing here. I just have some concealer on. And then of course I'm gonna do these lips. I am very predictable in my videos. But anyway, so let's move on. All right, so I'm going into Rebel. That is gonna be my transition. I'm just taking a fluffy brush. It just happens to be reference number 16. Rebel color is pretty powdery, so I just tap off. And because my eyes are so hooded, I always start like right above the crease. And technically, yes, because it's a transition. And then I'll start diffusing it out into the crease. All right, applying like butter. I mean, just absolutely lovely. I'm gonna go into Legacy, and I'm gonna start to apply that into the crease and start darkening that up a little bit. I'm taking a reference number 15. Okay, I mean, beautiful, no trouble at all. Blending that out. Okay, taking the first refer that I use, no more pigment, and I'm just gonna kind of blend it out a little bit. I am overkill with the blending. I don't know, I think it's just a bad habit that I'm in, but I don't like harsh lines at all. So I tend to overblend. If you've seen my videos, you understand. I'm gonna start to darken up the outer V. I'm going into this color right here. It's called Confident. It's the darkest brown in the palette, with the exception of the gel, but it's just a matte formula. I got a reference number 1. Take it underneath. And make the most ridiculous face you possibly can. It's like the unwritten law. In my opinion, one of the best brushes to add glitters and shimmers to the eyes is the Morphe 167. It looks like this. It's a kind of a flat, but it's a tapered brush, but it's not so flat and thin that it won't pick product up and hold onto it. Great brush. I am going to use some MAC's Mixing Medium. Go into this color right here. It's called Limitless. Careful, because chunks of it, let me show it to you. You can see kind of the chunks in there. So you want those chunks to go into your, into your glitter glue, not all over the floor. All right, and then I just tap, tap, tap. All right, so that's what that looks like. It's so beautiful. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Okay, can't wait to just so beautiful. Take a little more. And I like to take it up and over beyond my crease, just because my eyes are so hooded. And if it looks a little messy, it's okay. We'll go back in and we'll clean it up a little bit later, and I'll show you how I do it. All right, so there we go. I think okay. So that gold is on. I'm gonna take the other side of the same brush and I'm going into this color right here called Charisma. I'm gonna add, of course, more mixing medium on my hands. You guys see the kind of the difference. Go onto the inner lid and bring it over just a little bit. And I'm just tapping, I'm not rubbing. Do you see the difference in color? This one's a lot brighter, this Charisma color. Oh, it's so beautiful. So I'm going into this one right here. It's called Bold Moves. I'm taking a very small blinged brush, E36. Do a little bit more mixing medium. This time I'm gonna dip my brush directly into the mixing medium. Kind of get it all in there and then dip into the pigment. Bring it up and over a little bit. All right, so let's clean things up just a little bit. I use the color Rebel as my transition. Let's take a little bit of that on the brush and I'm just going to go right over, kind of in that crease and right above that crease where my transition would be. I'm just kind of softening up that glitter that I brought up and over. Kind of calms down the stark, glitter. See how it kind of diffused it up there? I still have bright glitter here, but it kind of diffused up top there. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take just an angled brush. This particular palette doesn't really have a brow bone highlight, but I am gonna go into this color right here. It's called Power, and I'm gonna use that as my brow bone highlight. Let me finish up these eyes, and then that way we can move on to the cheeks, the highlight, and the lips. I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. I put on mascara. I put on my favorite mascara, the It Cosmetics Superhero. It just really grips my lashes and makes them look really full, really long, and it gives them a lot of lift. So I really, really like that stuff. And I did tightline just the tops with the Pacifica Kohl black, just black pencil. So before I do the blush, I do want to do the highlight. I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty GloWish. It's a tint, a serum. What is this? It's a skin tint. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, but this one's in the color Fair, and I use it as a highlight. And I want to show you what I do with it. As you can see, look at that. Do you see just that beautiful glow? So I like to put just a little bit, not that much, I mean just a dab. And I take my e.l.f. concealer blending brush. Yeah, it's very used. I know, it's gross looking. I dip it in, and then I like to put it on the cheeks, and you will see how beautiful it is. Oh my God, it's so gorgeous. You guys, half the fun of makeup is just sitting back and just admiring its beauty. All right, other side. You want to take a little bit, Cupid's bow. Ooh, I look like I got a highlight mustache. Okay, let's get rid of a little bit of that. All right, it'll look much better when I put the lipstick on. Okay, so anyways, that was in 01 Light. All right, now let's move on to the blush. A great blush, the Milani Luminoso. It's gonna look perfect with this. I have it already. This is a, tap it off, all that fluff. This is a Sigma angled what are you? F40 brush. And let's, oh, I can't get over that glow. Like when people talk about that glow from within, that's what that I think of. All right, here we go. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Get fancy, put a little right here. Generally, I don't contour my nose. Every once in a while I will. It's just because my skin is so oily. So the more product I put on my nose, the worse it gets. But it's been a little cooler here in Florida, so I figure I could get away with it a little bit. All right, now let's move on to the lips. I have a Jason Wu combo here. So this is the Jason Wu lip pencil in number 4, Dolled Up. Very, very beautiful. Kind of sliding on that highlight there, or skin tint, whatever you want to call it. And then I also have his matte lipstick, but it's his Honey Fluff formula. And this one is in Woo Me, number 3, Woo Me. Very beautiful. Totally nude would go perfect with this look. A nude lip with the showstopper eyes. Okay, so that's what I'm going for. So I absolutely adore. I just want to give a shout out to this lipstick. I have a hard time with matte lipsticks and just lipsticks in general because they dry the heck out of my lips. Even living in Florida with the humidity, my lips are so dry for whatever reason, I don't know. But Jason Wu's Honey Fluff does not dry my lips out. So if you, you know, suffer from dry lips like I do, maybe give them a shot. I have several of his lipsticks and lip pencils. I'm collecting. I want all of them. I'm just going to collect all of them. They're fabulous. His formula for some reason does not dry my lips out. I don't know what he's doing, but keep doing it. So here's the lipstick on its own. Very beautiful, very nude, very neutral, but is complementing this look so well. But as my habit is, I have to top it with a gloss. So I am gonna use the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Hot Chocolate. Smells good. Smells really good. Okay. It doesn't smell like hot chocolate, but it smells really good. See how dark it looks in here? But do you see just the beautiful sheer? It just darkened that lip up just a tad. Man, just so, so beautiful. So beautiful. Guys, let me show you the final look. I just really, really love this palette. Those 3 gold shades of glitter are just breathtaking. And those shades make this palette worth it for me. besides the fact that her matte formula does work really well for me as well, but a stunning, stunning palette. So comment below, tell me what you think. Do you agree with me or do you totally disagree with me? Do you want to see more looks with this palette? Do you want to see any more videos on my favorites? Comment below, tell me what you want. I'm more than happy to oblige. And please subscribe to my channel and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.